Hi and welcome back to Growing Craft. This side Sonia here and we are so happy to have you here. Now as you know that this is an alcohol ink video, and yes, here in this video you are going to learn all the tips and tricks on how to use your alcohol ink and the different ways to blend it and different kind of projects creating with the same alcohol ink shades what you have. Now I have already given up all the supplies link in the description box. You can check that. In case you have any queries, you can always comment in the video and our team will get back to you. And yes, of course, do not forget to check our other workshops where we have created such beautiful and amazing artwork for your reference. Now to begin with this video, first I would like to introduce you to the three projects what we are going to create today. Now what is alcohol ink? Alcohol inks are the blending solutions which is used to give a nice and color different variations to your project. Now when you see the bottles, those are the plain alcohol ink bottle what you might be feeling, but no, it has so many variations, like you can do so many things with that, and that's the beauty of using the alcohol ink. Now with the using alcohol ink, I have created these three different beautiful artwork. Now one is on how to use your paint brushes with alcohol ink. That's a very interesting way, and creating such smudged lines and creating a beautiful piece of art. And now in this ceramic cup, what we have done is we have made it in a theme of a purple and green. And if you notice, we have made this as a line of green shade, which is just, it looks like this whole handle is running through the cup lines. Okay, so this is the beauty of how we are using the technique of brush with the alcohol ink. Now for the second cup, what we have created is on how to have such beautiful cracked effect with the alcohol ink. Yes, you heard me right, creating a bow pattern with your alcohol inks and getting this beautiful crack effects on your mugs. Now the third one is the one of my very favorite and very interesting way on creating these beautiful decorative plate or the serving plates, but yes, these can be used only for dry serving, so please do take care of that. And this is what we have created with the alcohol ink. Now how we have used the alcohol ink in these three projects are completely different. There is no way that they are similar to each other. So yes, I really hope that you will enjoy this tutorial. So let's get started. We will be working on two different bases. One is glass plate, the other one two are the ceramic mugs. Now these are the two ceramic mugs which we will be using. Then we have the alcohol inks. You can choose as many shades you want and you can play around with them. Now here right now what I have as are 6 different shades. In the market there are around 15 to 16 shades are available, and you can choose the brand according to your choice. Then next what we have is the blending solution. These are used to dilute your colors and blend it very nicely on any of the surfaces. You will need a cloth to clean and wipe up everything. Then we will be using the clean wrap for one of the techniques. You will need a scissor, paint brushes, a container of water, of course, to clean your brushes, and then we will be using our water-based varnish. So this is a jar which I will be using, and I have already taken up some amount of the varnish in a small container. Now for the first technique, we are going to use our paint brushes. Now I am going to take my alcohol ink and I am going to drop few alcohol ink colors on my acrylic block. Now this is a very important step. You need to make sure that whenever you are using your colors, you are using a very small amount of color. So you need to take very few drop of colors and then start working on it. Like now you will see again me taking out some of the colors. This is very important. You don't have to pour in too much of color because it dries out very fast. So you have to keep that in mind. Now take up a flat brush and make a nice border on your cup. Now here, like we said in the introduction, that we are going to make the handle and the center portion design like a one pattern. So what we are going to do is we are going to divide the cup length into 3 parts where we are going to have our purple shade, and on the two portions we are going to have our green shade. Now this is very very important that you do not over rub your paints, otherwise you are going to have some scratch marks on your cups. So you need to be careful that you just rub this very gently on the portions. Now again I'll take some more purple color and I'm going to make sure that I make two more lines too. Now whenever you are using your alcohol inks with your paint brushes, you need to make sure that you clean up your brushes immediately, otherwise they are going to get stained for a very longer time and you won't be able to use it very nicely on the parts. Now here I am making the center line with the same purple color. Now in this particular project I am using two shades, that is going to be the purple and later on I will be adding green. If you want, you can play around with all the different shades and maybe you can make this in a rainbow theme. It's completely your choice and how you want to make it. Now on the first line I could see that it was not done properly, so I'm just going to finish it up, and like I said, please do make sure that you take very little amount of color at a time, because alcohol ink are they just dry up very fast, so you need to keep that in mind. Now at last I'm creating my third line, and you can see that whenever I'm adding another line to the same pattern, it leaves a mark, but then it's absolutely fine because once they dry out, once you use your varnishes on it, it is going to drop and that look is absolutely beautiful. Now just finishing off my first line for the third time and we are done here. Now if you want a little darker color, you can always use the three shades here. Like on the top one I had did my 3 coats of color because I wanted my top color to be the darker, then the second one to be the lighter, and the last one to be the very lighter. Now I'll clean up my brush in a clean water. This is a very important step. Please do make sure that you clean your brushes immediately after using your alcohol ink in a clean tap water and then dry it up in a cotton cloth, and then it is good to be used again. Now on the same acrylic block I'm using my green color alcohol ink, and with the same dried brush I am going to spread my green color. Now again I will be taking small amount of colors here, and every time you take out the color you need to make sure that you close your alcohol ink bottles. It is very important. Now I will be rubbing this off, and as you can see that my alcohol ink is wet, so it is spreading and it is leaving some marks on the purple shade, and that's the beauty of alcohol ink, that whenever it blends with some of the other colors of your alcohol ink, it creates a very beautiful pattern. So even if you will make it in a straight line, it is going to leave some of the patterns there, and those natural lines are the actual beauty of this. Now very quickly I'm using my heat gun to stop this spreadness. Now this is very important. Alcohol ink, whenever they are mixed with another alcohol ink, they spread very fast, so you need to make sure that you use your heat gun or hair dryer to dry this up. Heat guns are always preferable because they are going to do this process really fast. Now I will be creating my second line of green color, and here as you can see I will be repeating the same process again, and once again I am repeating, whenever the two alcohol ink colors blend, they leave some of the natural marks and the patterns, which is the beauty of alcohol ink. So yes, if you do not want too much of smudging, you need to make sure that your color dries out very quickly, and for drying that you can use your heat gun. Whenever you are doing your alcohol ink artwork, you need to make sure that you do it in an open space. Like right now I'm shooting this video in my craft room, so my windows and doors are completely open so that there is so much of air and it does not suffocate with the alcohol ink. Now on the top already there is a blue color, the purple color alcohol ink is there, so I'm just brushing off my green color, and if required you can just clean up the top part and let it be the natural the way it is. Now at last I'm going to have my green color on the handles. Now this is the last step of doing this alcohol ink, and whenever you are doing your alcohol ink, you need to make sure that the first layer of the alcohol ink, then you give it at least 2 to 5 minutes of gap. So here when I was cleaning my brush, I was taking out the other green color, it actually gave me 2 to 5 minutes of time. And then I moved to my green color. So this is how you have to proceed. Now here I am just joining my green color to my handles, and this is just to make sure that the green pattern looks like a running thing on my cup. Now this looks absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and I'm going to use my heat gun to dry this up. And yes, you need to keep on rotating your mug or the container on whichever you are doing. Why? Because otherwise your colors are just going to wave on one direction, which is going to change the way or the pattern what you are looking for. So here, as you can see, when we started with it, all the colors had the same size of band what we created, but as we blended the green color, the sizes have changed, and that's the best part of using your alcohol ink, because you always get something new, abstract and beautiful. So here our first technique on how to use your alcohol ink with the paint brushes and how to blend the color is done. Now for the second technique, we are going to use a clean wrap sheet. If you do not have a clean wrap sheet, you can take any of your thin plastic sheets, but please do make sure they have to be very thin, and they should get crumbled very easily. Otherwise, we are not going to get the crack effects on our base. Now I will cut this to an approximately size of my cup. Now I already know the size of my cup, so I'm just going to cut this and fold it into 2 halves. Now I am doing this technique on a glass ceramic base. If you want, you can do this on the clear glass surface also. You can do this on wooden surface also. It's absolutely fine. You can choose the base as per your choices. Now here I have folded up my clean wrap, and I'm just going to shrink this a bit with my fingers itself, so that it has those natural lines, those natural crack effects on it. Now here I will be using my color. So the shades which I am using for this procedure is the pink color at the starting. What you need to do is you need to take a very small amount of color and just spread it randomly on your clean wrap sheet. If you do not have a clean wrap sheet, like I mentioned, you can use a very thin plastic, but you need to make sure that should get crumbled very easily. Now here I am adding my second color to it. Now my second color is a yellow shade, because I really wanted to have the pink, orange and yellowish shade, and using these 2 shades are going to give me that perfect blend. I have added just a tinge of yellow color to it, and now we are going to roll this up around our cup. Now please mark this, I have started from off corner of the cup, and we are going to roll this, and when it comes to handle, very safely you need to take it out and join your plastics. This is going to make sure that you have a very cute bow shape near your handles, and this is going to give an extra beautiful look to your project. Now here in this project, you need to make sure that you press your plastic to your cup really well. So this is how it is going to look. I'm not going to take it out now. We will just keep on pressing this, and I will also use my heat gun so that it shrinks a little more and it dries out, and then we are going to remove that. Now as you can see that I had not done any of the coloring on the handle. So here what we are going to do is we will be taking up our regular paint brushes, and I am going to apply my pink color on my handle. Now this is completely optional. If you want, you can leave the handles plain white. Those are also going to look beautiful. But I wanted to highlight my bows a little bit more like a butterfly. So that's the reason I have taken up a pink color, and I'm going to apply that on my handle. Now if you want, you can wrap around the same plastic sheet around your handles also, but you need to make sure that you do not smudge your color at all. And of course, immediately after done with your coloring work, you need to clean your brushes. Otherwise, they are going to have the colors for a very longer time, which might be ruining your other projects. Now here I will be using my heat gun. Like I said, I am going to shrink this. Now what my heat gun does is, as it's a plastic, it is going to get shrink and widen up as it dries and cools down. So that is what going to create a beautiful cracks. Yes, you need to make sure that you use your heat gun for this process. Now you can see that I'm just trying to open it and see that how my cracks have come. If you want, you can remove it at this particular step also, but I wanted a little more fine cracks and the marks on my cup. That's the reason I'm using my heat gun a little more. Now in this project we have used just two shades, that's pink and yellow. If you want, you can play around with 2-3 different shades, or you can even just play with the one shade, and those cracks are also going to look really beautiful. Now once I am happy with this, then very safely, you do not have to rub your plastic sheets, you just need to take it out, and the colors are still wet. Okay, so you have to be very careful, and as you can see, it has got such a beautiful colors and shade on it. Now I am going to take up the same plastic wrap, and this is very wet and you have to be very careful. If you are not a kind of person who likes too much of color, then what you can do is you can always wear the gloves while doing your alcohol ink work. Now at last I have added a tinge of blue color. This is just to make sure that I pop up some of the portions of my cup. Now as I have just added few drops and I have just crumbled my plastic, I am just going to spread it open so that my color spreads on my plastic sheet. And once I am happy with this, I am just going to put this as a patch on my cup. Now again, this is completely optional. If you want to add more shades, you can do it this way. If you don't want, if you are happy with the first outcome, you can just let it be as it is. Now wrapping process has to be the same. It has to be started from one corner and it has to be done very smoothly and very softly. You need to press this really well so that whatever the color is there on the plastic gets to your base properly. And once you are happy that this is done, then you can remove your plastic sheet. Like I mentioned, you need to be really careful, and now you can see the beautiful marks on the cup, and all these are the beautiful cracks what you see here. Now wherever you want to add a little more darker patch, you can do that with the same plastic sheet, but here this looks absolutely gorgeous and the cracks have come out so beautifully. Now I will be rubbing off the same plastic sheet on my cup handles. This is just to add a little more drama. So on the sides we are having these cracks, so I'm adding a little more of cracks on my handles too. This is just to complement the color combination and the pattern what we are working on. And wherever you feel that you have some extra color, just wrap up your plastic half from the clean surface. You can take out all the excessive color so that it dries out fast and you have some more better cracks. And yes, with this procedure is also done. For the drying of the varnishes and the layering and the sealing work, you will have to watch it till the end. The third one is going to be on a glass plate. Now here I have taken up a small saucer plate. If you want, you can take up any of the bigger plates. Also the white plates, if you're working on with the white plates, it has to be from the bottom part. Okay, now here I have just dropped a blue color, a dot of it. Now I'm adding my blending solution to it. Now for this particular way, either you can use your heat gun or you can use your straws, but you need to make sure that you use one of the mediums with which you are comfortable. Now here I'll just add my 1 drop of color, and with the blending solution I'll just spread my colors very nicely on the plate. So for this particular process, I'm going to blend so many colors because I wanted a really colorful decorative piece of art for my home. And if you want, you can use this technique for the clear glass vase also, clear glass plates also, even the clear glass crockery also, and they look absolutely beautiful for your decorative piece. Now here I am adding my brown color, and we are going to repeat this process on my complete plate tutorial. Why? Because we want a very natural, very abstract alcohol ink color technique. Now as it's a round surface, I will keep on rotating that so that the more the color it spreads out, the more beautiful effects it is going to give. And of course you need to make sure that which colors you are using. Now when I'm starting this plate technique, here what I'm doing is I'm taking all the darker shades, like my blue is a darker blue, my brown is a darker brown. So these color complements each other very well. You need to make sure that what kind of color combinations you are going to play around with this one. Now for this third technique, of course, the color blending solution plays a very important role. So you have to make sure that you have enough color blending solution whenever you are going to start with your alcohol ink work. Now I'll keep on adding my alcohol blending solution. This is going to make sure that I get different shades and different patterns every time adding my solution to my alcohol ink works. Now here I have already mentioned that I'm using so many shades. If you want, you can just have 2 shades. You can play around with it on the layers. If you want, you can let it dry for one time and then you can start with the next shade again. But I wanted something more colorful, more Indian and more ethnic. So that's the reason I am going ahead with my different colors at one time. Please do make sure whenever you are taking out any of your shades, you close those bottles immediately after each use because they just dry out very fast. So you will have to be a little careful. Now here I'm not wearing gloves because I had to shoot back to back, but I would recommend you to wear a gloves so that your hands are not ruined, because it takes so much of time for the alcohol ink to come out of your hands. Even if you are doing your house coursework, it will take time. Now very nicely I am just rotating my plate. This is just to make sure that everything comes out faster, and yes, this is the technique which takes the longest time. Why? Because here we are blending out the colors. As and when required, we can use our heat gun, and this is just going to make sure that everything blends really well and everything mixes really well. And of course, alcohol blending solution works very nicely for this one. Now I'll keep on adding the yellow colors where as and when required. Then I will be also adding my green color, blue color, red color, pink color to this one. So basically on the center part, I wanted to have a more reddish pinkish shade, and on the sides, I wanted more of a blue and green shades. Now which is the color has dropped on my base, I'm just going to pick it up with my paintbrush and spread it very evenly. It will spread very nicely. Why? Because we still have so much of blending solution on our plate. Now again I will be using my heat gun to dry this up. This is a very important space. How to dry this up? Every time we use the alcohol ink, it should be dried out immediately. Otherwise, the more it's mixing up with the colors, it is going to spread and create a beautiful design, of course, but it is going to change its colors and patterns a lot. So whenever you feel that yes, you are happy with this particular design, you should just start drying that up very nicely. Now here I'm just trying to make out if my colors have dried out, and yes, they have dried out, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. Now as you can see, it's a clear plate, so of course my colors are not visible that prominently. So here what we are going to do is we are going to color up our base, and this is how I want my plate to look alike when it has a white color base on the back. Now it's time to seal this up. Why we are sealing this up right now? You must be thinking, Sonia just said that we are going to apply a white color, then why varnish? So alcohol inks are something which is so much relatable and they just come off very fast. So that's the reason we are going to use our varnish here. Now you need to be really careful, and this has to be done only when your base alcohol ink has dried out completely. So here with a white fan brush, I'm applying my 1 coat of varnish to it, and I'm going to make sure that I spread this evenly on my complete surface. And once this is done, then I'm going to again use my heat gun to dry this up so that we can move on to the next step. Yes, the varnish what I'm using here is a water-based varnish, and this is a varnish which I highly recommend for any of your projects. So there is a technique on how and the quantity, how much water you need to add to your varnish. I'm already sharing the link of that video of the varnish and the details in the description box. Now I have just kept a cotton cloth beneath my plate so that whatever the excessive color is there, it does not ruin my mat and it just gets absorbed by the napkin. So yes, this process is going to take a lot of time because alcohol ink was dried out, but still we have given a very thick coat of varnish to it. So it will take time to dry out completely. So this is how my plate looks like after drying. There is no change. Like once you apply your varnish, the colors are not going to change. The look and feel is not going to change. But here, like I mentioned, I wanted a whiter base so that my color pops out well. Like as you can see, if I have kept any of the white bases. So for that, here I'm going to use my white heavy gesso. Yes, using any other gesso might not give you that look and feel. So I would highly suggest you to go for a heavy gesso. And we are going to use this with our sponge dauber. That's a very important step. Please do not use your paint brushes. Why? Because they are going to leave the brush marks which we do not want on our alcohol ink work. Now I'm adding a bit of water here, and then once it mixes well, then I am going to do just the dabbing work on my plate. Now why I am doing the dabbing work? Because the white dot are the patches work which is going to be get created with the paintbrush is going to look really beautiful. I would highly recommend you to use any of your old brushes. And here I have done just the half plate with the gesso so that I could show you that how beautiful our alcohol ink blending looks like when we use the blending solution and when we cover it up with a white base. Now here I am going to cover my complete plate with a white gesso. If you want, you can have good 2-3 layers, but I was very happy with one coat of gesso. If you are going to do 2-3 layers of gesso, you need to make sure that you let the first coat of gesso dry for at least 3 to 4 hours, then only move on to the second layer and then only go for the third layer. Now here, if you are using your sponge dauber, it is going to have much more thicker gesso, so the drying time is definitely going to be a little more. So it has to be at least 6 hours of drying process if you are using your sponge dauber. Now with the scale, I'm just picking up my plate and I want to make sure that I dry this up really well so that we can move on to the next step. So now this is after almost 2 hours, and yes, we are done with our drying process. This is the water-based varnish which we will be using. Now whenever we do alcohol ink, there is a proper way and technique of doing the varnish work. Now for this plate, we have applied a gesso, so we can be just very quick and apply this in any direction. It is not going to make any difference. Why? Because we have covered our alcohol ink with the varnish. Now for this plate, you will have to make sure that the final seal has to be of at least 3 to 4 coats. Now for the crack cups, we are going to make sure that we apply our varnish only in one direction. If I am starting from bottom to the top of my cup, I am going to repeat it in the same pattern only. Please do not change the pattern, otherwise it is just going to ruin and mix the color. Now of course, when we start applying varnish on our alcohol based ink designed cups, it is going to smudge a bit. So what you need to do is always keep a clean cloth, like I have mentioned at the starting of the video, and wherever you feel that your colors are blending or smudging, immediately wipe it off with your cloth. Do not over rub the alcohol ink, otherwise it is going to come out completely. So varnish work on your alcohol ink is a little tricky part, but once you get a hold of it, it is super easy. You just need to make sure that you do not rub your alcohol ink part. You can clean excessive colors from all the sides and the other parts. Now for the third cup here, we are going to do our varnish work, but this is going to be different. Now here I wanted to have the leaking effect of the colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little more varnish here. Yes, you have to be very careful on how much varnish you are using. If you see my first cup, which had the multicolor, does not had the flowing effect of my colors. That's the reason I had taken up just the perfect quantity of varnish. Now here I'll just keep on dragging my cup to up and down so that I have that shaky look of my cup as I had shown you earlier. And my other cup, I'm just going to twist it, turn around, and this is going to make sure that my color does not smudges at all. Now, of course, I will be using my heat gun to dry up the process so that my varnish does not changes the look and feel of my project. So wherever you feel that your colors have excessive spread, you can always clean that with a clean dry cloth, and make sure that you clean that with a cotton cloth, otherwise it is just going to spread out. And now for the drying, we are going to use our heat gun. If you don't have a heat gun, you can just switch on the fan and you can dry this up. And now you can see my cup has already started taking up the shape of the flowy ink pattern on my green and blue cup, and my orange cup is as it is. Why? Because we have used different amount of varnish on our cup. Now if you see this one, you can see the flowing pattern of the purple color on the green color, and this is what we wanted. So how much amount of varnish you are using, which varnish you are using, and how many layers of varnish you are using are actually going to make a huge difference. If your any of the bases get the varnish or your alcohol ink, do not worry at all. You can always clean up your bases or the table later on with a soap and a nice cloth or a scrubber. So usually what I prefer to work when I'm doing my alcohol ink work is to work on a craft mat, so that the moment I'm done with my work, I can immediately clean my craft mat and my table is absolutely clean. Now I hope this session was easy and clear to you. The main important part of doing your alcohol ink is to know how much ink you have to blend, how much blending solution you want, and how you do your varnish work. It has to be always done in one direction so that your color doesn't smudge and does not change its shapes and sizes. So yes, we are done with our session, and I really hope that you all enjoyed this session. If you guys have any query, you can comment below and we will be more than happy to help you all. And of course, if you are finding any difficulties on how to get the supplies and from where to get the supplies, we have already mentioned the links in the comment section below. Yes, you can always get in touch with us for any of your queries regarding the alcohol ink. And yes, do not forget to give your review on our Facebook page. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.